Good day, Merry Meet. My name is Glennis and I am the Witch of Whitetail Hollow. I want to warmly welcome you to my channel. I want to thank you guys so much for joining me today in my very humble kitchen. I am conjuring and brewing and doing all sorts of things, but I wanted to share this really super basic recipe. You may have the ingredients, you may need to improvise, but I'm going to encourage you to stick with the freshest ingredients that you can. This is a glorious, if you're expecting company, family, if you have a date, whatever, this is an incredibly beautiful simmer pot. And when you are done with a simmer pot, you can strain it and it makes just the most beautiful Florida water that you would ever want to use. And I'm just so happy to be here and so happy to share it with you. I'm going to, now you can, if you have a dedicated pot, and I do have a dedicated saucepan just for cooking my magical things, but in this particular instance, I want to have a bit of a simmer pot today. I'm going to be working from home. I want it to go all throughout the day. So I've got my crock pot lined here. Now my crock pot, this particular crock pot will simmer. It will go into a simmer for me, and it'll do an awful lot of things. But anyway, it will do everything. But needless to say, I love it. The first thing that I'm going to add is vodka. I wouldn't use my Grey Goose on this, no, but I am, gosh, a couple of 3 cups. I'm saying a couple of 3 cups. I'm going to just use what I have here because I don't want to spare my better vodka, to be honest with you. So vodka. I'm going to add a goodly amount, I'm talking a handful of cinnamon. Cinnamon's very good for passion. Need I say more? And I'm going to add, these are cloves. I'm not adding any essential oils to this pot. And there that goes. But a good, I would say maybe 1/4 cup of cloves. Throw that right in there. I'm going to add my allspice berries, and in case that you might have forgotten, allspice is an incredible aphrodisiac. So again, just, if you want to put just 1 or 2, oh my goodness, I'm going to put a healthy handful for an aphrodisiac. I do have some, I believe you guys can see, I do have some dried orange slices. I am gonna peel and cut this lemon up, and not the lemon, but the peel itself, and add it to it. Now you guys know I'm gonna add all of the dried orange that I have here. But orange, as you guys probably already know, I'm throwing that in there too, is great at removing blockages. And also orange, lemon, if you have lime, that's good too, is really great for creativity. So this isn't necessarily, a date night Florida water or simmer pot. It can be for work if you get a little bit of writer's block or, something like that. The citrus peels will help with creativity. I'm going to add jasmine. You don't have to add jasmine, but I'm going to add some jasmine. Good couple of healthy handfuls. And if you don't have, dried orange peel yourself, you can use just the dry peel that you hopefully have. A little bit of lavender, and again, if you don't have lavender, it's no big deal, but I'm going to add a good healthy amount of lavender. And I'm going to add 3 bay leaves. Bay leaves help clear confusion. They do a lot of things. I know a lot of people, you know, have talked about protection and, you know, wishing and things like that, but they're great for clearing confusion. And they also help you, bay leaves help you in using like this. If you've broken up with someone or something like that, and you just have trouble moving forward, bay leaves are really, really great to help you move forward. And I have some fresh rosemary here, a few sprigs of fresh rosemary, and that is for healing. I have some fresh sage here, and sage will draw love. And there's, you know, there's all kind of different ways, different love. It doesn't necessarily mean romantic love, but it will draw love into your house and into your home. And then we have some mint. Mint's just a little bit of mint. Mint's very stimulating. It's very, and again, you know, having the aroma of mint and taking that in will help with overeating. And also, I'm going to, and you know, you may say, well, you had rose water in the easy one. Well, yeah, I sure did. But I see I have a few roses here that are looking a little tired. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just, I don't think I even need to cut them. Yeah, I can just pull them off and throw them in here. And rose, I know you think of, oh, rose is very romantic. And yes, rose is very romantic. But in this situation, rose is basically aiding and assisting everything else in here. It's a great aid to it. Rose has a lot of energy and putting a lot of energy out there. And I think I'm going to put a lot of rose in here because they're looking kind of sad. But one thing about rose, it can go a lot of different ways. But I want to encourage you that even after you've done this, don't forget to save your thorns. That's for another time. And you know what? That's about it. I'm going to just cover it up and let my slow cooker simmer away. I'll let this go all day long on low and allow it to cool. I'll strain it off into, and it doesn't even have to be a glass bottle because there's no essential oils in here. But more than likely, knowing me, I'll put it in a glass bottle, put it in the fridge, and use it as you would with any other Florida water that you've made, except it's gonna be just an incredible, beautiful experience all day for you and your guest. I want to thank you guys so much for joining me today. Merry part, and I hope to merry meet again. Goodbye, guys.